Every human being is in search of truth, knowingly or unknowingly, because truth alone will satisfy a person permanently. So my reading life also started at the age of 8 when I read My Permanence with Truth by Mahatma Gandhi. At the age of 10, I was inspired by Shanti Niketan vision of Rabindranath Tagore. I was imagining myself, visualizing myself sitting under those trees and learning all the things, that beauties of life. In the age of 15, I was reading 2 volumes of Indian philosophy by Pandit Radhakrishnan. By 17, 18, I was reading Shakespeare, Chaucer, Milton, Spencer, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, and all these people. Then I started reading everything: geography, philosophy, history. I used to go to libraries and sit there from morning to evening, read every book in the library. What I like about myself is my being voracious about books. I want the company of books. I want the company of extraordinary people. And I could meet all the extraordinary people only in the books, not in my relations, not in my friends group. But I was fascinated by great masters, great geniuses who wrote these great books: Plato, Plato's Republic, Plato's Dialogues. Then I would read all the books of Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, all the Upanishads, all the Tibetan Book of the Dead, Egyptian Book of the Dead, all the Sufi saints, all the Jewish saints, all the Christian saints, St. Francis of Assisi. So I am fascinated with great minds. Not that I'm not fascinated with ordinary minds. I like to interact with ordinary minds. Every poor watchman, every poor rickshaw puller, there is native wisdom with everybody, with ordinary people, but there is great wisdom with great people. Native wisdom from every ordinary person and great wisdom from every great master. If I used to go in a train, somebody would sit by my side. I would like to know what you are. Who are you? Please tell me, enlighten me. Why are you going to Delhi? What you have got? I was interested in every ordinary man's life and every great man's life. Every great man through their books and every ordinary man through conversation. So that's how I was eager for truth from every side. It's a lifetime of eagerness for truth, collecting the truth. And out of this huge collection of my truth, something has to come out. And what has come out is the Pyramid Spiritual Society movement.
Good morning and good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to you all. I hope you are all doing well. It's my pleasure to welcome our teacher for today's session, Sonal Ajmeri Doshi. Sonal ma'am is an acute care nurse practitioner, yoga instructor, and Buddha CEO certified meditation coach. She integrates holistic practices into healthcare with a spiritual and scientific approach, specializing in pain management, mindfulness, and overall wellness. She is deeply committed to expanding meditation worldwide and empowering individuals to unlock the inner potential, elevate consciousness, and experience clarity, transformation, and personal growth. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Sonal ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. We are excited to learn from you. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning and good evening, wonderful friends and masters. Am I coming through okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Bhavya, for hosting and giving this humble introduction. Friends, I'm just one of you here to learn and share what so far my journey has been. And born and brought up in India, and I went to school here. I became a nurse and worked in CT surgery and became a nurse practitioner. Worked same in CT surgery, did a little bit of hospitalist for a couple of years, and then was working for anesthesia, inpatient pain management for about 10 years. and recently have joined a hepatology practice. So I think I blame it on Buddha's CEO and Chandra sir to make us this courageous to change career after almost 2 decades. And I told myself, what did I sign up for? First of all, from inpatient to outpatient and totally different healthcare and totally everything new. But I tell you, my neurons are being formed. I'm learning new information every day. So it's all work in progress. And that is when you realize, right, that the growth only happens when you change. We're very comfortable in whatever we are doing. And then I think as TKG has beautifully set up this platform, he always taught in person. All these residents he got, when we do the medical camps, we're from St. Louis. We've known each other through Sai family for a very long, long time. So very, very fortunate to have him join this and become one of the super coaches. I can already see that happening. So thank you for joining and setting up the platform. And I never thought when I joined with the CEO 4 years ago, I never thought I will ever teach or even had a wildest thought that I'll be doing this one day. And here I am, and I think that's what we're going to talk about. What I love about the program, I'm sure you've heard from all of us that there's a lot of things we already know, right? But it's somewhere lost in our, somewhere along. Either it's subconsciously we all grew up, with good values, good ethics, becoming professional. We knew to work harder and do everything. But in all of that, being a provider, sometimes we don't realize to fill our own cup in addition to being a family person and having all these other roles, so that's what was my journey. Or somewhere along the line, I kind of, accomplished everything, career-wise, family-wise, did my best. And just like all of us, we do our best. And somewhere then you realize that you are also, and being in healthcare, we know that most of the diseases that we experience is all psychosomatic. And growing up in East, I always knew that, and I was actually crumbled. I had pretty much hit the rock bottom. And I knew that I didn't want to fix it with just pills or, I did go for counseling and then I was looking for something. I did yoga program. I became a yoga instructor. And then I thought I was going to lose some weight, but the Patanjali Sutras took over the asanas. And I got so interested. I said, I should have learned this when I was 10 years old, not when I'm in my 40s and 50s. So that's when, and then you realize that you have these, like if I would talk this, once you realize that all these differences that we keep of male and female and, age versus where we come from. And that's because we're so addicted to our gross body, to matter, And what this journey is to understand we are only 0.001% matter. And once we realize everything is energy, as Nikola Tesla said, that start thinking in terms of vibration frequency and energy, if you really want to experience that oneness, that consciousness. And that's what we are here for, and everybody says in a different way. In the West, we talk mindfulness, meditation become a buzzword. We all do some sort of sadhanas growing up in East. We have some background and all of it is awesome. But what I love about this program, it has put best of East and West, and without really following any forms, we are just really going within and learning to unlearn everything that we have conditioned ourselves to. And I thought, I was very positive. I'm not, I always have done everything. How did I create? If my thoughts create my reality, how did I create all this? Is it karmic? Is it, so it was just one of those things that I was going through too. And that's when I realized that we're not even aware that we are thinking negative. We are the one who's, if anything is not going right, it's us, our thoughts, our choices that we have made. whether it is work, whether it's relationship, everything we do is basically at the end of the day is for the emotional payoff, right? So that's when the journey began. And, depending on where you are in your journey, if somebody doesn't need healing, you can probably go up, right away. But I started where I needed to work on myself, needed to kind of, become more self-aware, be in the present moment. And of course, what really meditation and heart elevation, as we talked about, first and foremost, it does is, when you're thinking of your wow moment, you're right there in the present moment. All your negative talks and things that we do goes away. So right away, you're in the present moment. And you're really emptying everything that is not serving us, basically, clearing the traffic. And that's why they say the Brahma Muhurat is very good to do meditation practices because, it's like a highway is open. There's not as many thoughts crowding yet, because the reality is not hitting you. So with that, doing the coach, I never wanted to, I didn't join the coach. I was the second cohort for the coach program. And I just didn't think that I had enough of Chandra sir. For those of you, who are new, who's the founder of Buddha's CEO, and we'll talk about it at the last day in the program. I didn't think that I had enough of him at the time, and I just wanted more of him. And I said, okay, whatever he's doing, I'll just join. And here I am, doing things that I never thought I'll do. I even do a little bit of Gujarati Thrive teaching. They have regional programs. And why I'm sharing all this is because you're going to, all of you who are here, is definitely going to do something that you never thought you were going to do. So it is just a beginning of the journey, and I look forward to seeing, like when I see Kiran sir, we did our first 21-day program in English together as a practical session for our coach program. And trust me, TK sir, we were struggling a lot more. And now they have pretty much fine-tuned everything for all of us. We have expert like Kiran sir doing the tech hosting and all of it. The foundation is always doing the process refinement. It's never that we are doing this way. What can we do better? What can we do more? And that's what brings, by doing it, you become one. That what could I do more? What could I do better? You start realizing that, where I've heard this 10,000 times, where you put your attention, that's where the energy flows. The energy flows, the universe shows, right? So if I put the energy into my growth, what I'm doing, then everything starts happening. But what was I doing subconsciously or unconsciously? I was putting energy into all the negative things, like, okay, you're never going to change. Why didn't you put this way, that way? Why didn't you do that? So what am I really doing? Putting my energy there. So wherever I'm putting the energy, that's where, where I'm putting the attention, that's where the energy is flowing. And unknowingly, that's what is going to keep expanding, because the universe only doesn't understand the language. It's all about feelings. How are you feeling? And in this world, we have gotten away from how we are feeling. We're only becoming like what our thoughts are saying. Our mind has taken over the life instead of we mastering the mind. So by doing this process, we are, number one, mastering the mind and really connecting to really who we are. And for doing that, it is understanding your feelings, that how are you really feeling today? We have even forgotten, we come say, oh, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. But really, is it really what you're really feeling fine? So all those things that we keep doing, thinking that that's the right thing. And we've become a smart human beings. We know what perfect to say to our patients, to ourselves, to everyone around us. So that's what it told me, that we have to come out of all of that and be very authentic. And when can we do that? When we become fearless, when we're not worried about, well, who's going to judge us, or am I talking properly, or am I looking properly? It's okay. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But so much for that. And you can tell that I'm a talker. I can go on and on, right? And thank you for this humble opportunity and sharing this time with you. But in my journey, I had lost this smile, this happy self in me. And through continuous regular meditation practice, I got my little girl in me, the little child inside you back, who's always eager to learn and eager to share and eager to do so much. I'm the youngest of four. So always on a go, always up to something. Let's put it that way. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful. Most of us do things for a couple of days. We go to retreat and then we fall off the wagon, and then you again go back to the same. But when I did my first 40 days, they really hold your hand. And if nothing, you may not grasp everything that we are trying to tell you as a concept. It's just to kind of put it out there. But the idea is to sit and meditate together as a group, as an energy. And once you do that, even if you don't remember anything or you didn't listen to anything, a lot of subtle changes will happen within you because there's so much going on at a cellular level. And we know that, how many times we are grateful for little things, as Dr. Batra was explaining, as Kiran sir said, I said, that's really true. It took, what is it to really connect to our heart and think of these positive things? Like, in the beginning, you may have to fake it, but keep faking it till you make it, right? You fake it till you make it. So that's how I did. Okay, maybe I'm thinking, okay, what was the first time that I met you? You went for your first date or your first child or your best car or best job that you got. Anything that you felt, wow, and that's what you think of. And immediately all these other, chirping of thoughts goes away because you're thinking about that. And then that's what, starts the magic. And how do we do that? So first of all, I kind of feel that this is a fun program. We should be smiling and laughing and, doing this not because we have to sitting here. What can we joke about or what can we talk about or what do we learn about? Because once you do that, then it's not a chore. It's not a class. It is something you look forward to that, wow, I'm going to do this. It's great. I'm meeting this, so as much as you think it's stress, but it is not, it is something that, and you'll meet so many different masters. I traveled a lot more. I cannot tell you, if I start saying what are the benefits of joining Buddha CEO, it's going to probably take this whole class. So we'll get back to what really my topic is. So today we're going to talk about why is swadhyaya means swa adhyaya, learning about your own self, right? Self-awareness. So self-awareness is, of course, learning, being more aware of who you are, where you are, but also in terms of how you're interconnected to everything. So it's not just us. If we take everything away that's negative from our life, our boss, our, troubled family members, whatever we talk about that we don't want, are we going to be able to survive alone, right? I mean, that's where the depression, anxiety, all of it. So we are emotional beings and we've come here for connection, to experience each other. But instead of just being a witness and experiencing, we kind of become, we don't realize that we are not this. We are just here to either learn, to enjoy, and to grow. But that's not what I was doing before, right? So why is it, and we'll go through the PowerPoints, but because of all the glitches and I don't want to take a chance, so I thought I'll just say what I want to say and then we'll kind of go through the PowerPoint. But it's basically what's important is, reading the books in addition to meditation and satsang, that what we are doing. And that has, even though I know, okay, how do you reprogram your limiting beliefs? And we think that, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this. But when I met Rakesh sir, like the satsang that we had, I was just telling him, oh, I joined a new place and it's going to take me 6 months. He said, stop. Why is it going to take you 6 months? You've already programmed yourself that it's going to take 6 months before you're going to feel comfortable. If you're really connected to your higher mind and you are the consciousness, you have all the knowledge that you need. And I was like, yeah, that is so true. So things like this, when you're interacting with these masters, when you are constantly in this energy field, everybody remind you that you're not this body, you're not this matter. You have everything that you need, and that's why you belong where you are. we're just forgetting that fact that somebody is always helping us, you know. So that is why it is important to talk and to ask questions. I didn't even know in the beginning what to ask. Like, I don't know. I don't do this every day, you know, but that's when you realize no questions are stupid questions. No one's here to judge you unless you don't ask, or say if you don't know what to ask, but if others are talking, a lot of your own answer, you know, questions will be answered. Like, oh yeah, they're feeling the same way. Okay, I'm not feeling anything. So depending on where you are in your journey, it's one of the most important is, you know, whenever, and life happens, right? We have things to accomplish. So I still go back and I'll be doing my work at the end of the day because in India it's morning. So I will still listen to that on my phone while I'm doing my work. So at least I'm hearing something. I'm getting, oh yeah, that's a good thing. And then you always go back. So that is why the importance of Swadhyaya and Satsang, you know, is so, so important. Um, as we already talked about it. Like meditation is like, to me, like cleaning the mind, like detoxing, right? Like how we have shower every day. It's like bathing the mind of removing everything that we have accumulated. It gets dirty. Your mind collects this stress, this anger, disappointments. So 20 minutes of meditation is more like a mental hygiene. That's how I call myself. Especially for providers, it's not a luxury. It's really, think of it as a decontamination after exposure. That you can relate to that language, right? We are decontaminating after we have exposed to all these things. So that's how I look at it. It's just once you start looking at it that way, it'll kind of tell you that, okay, it's how just like we clean our hands before we see every patient or we go to every room. It's the same way. I kind of freshen up, reconnect, and come back and then go. So I'm ready. I'm there and in that moment with them. Satsang, it's more like energy of the collective. Like satsang means like being in the company of truth, right? That's what we heard Patri sir saying. Satsang is not just like human, it's the being in the company of truth and whatever is authentic. So you become like 5 people that you spend time with. Like I remember, as we grew up in Sai Fold, Swami always said, tell me who your friends are, I tell you who you are, right? So that's what it is. It's like where your energy, once you shift your energy, you start attracting those people, those circumstances, and everything. So that's why it makes you more like, why is it important to be connected to a community a community of meditators? They say like when you spend time with exhausted, cynical minds, you absorb that. So that's why, we do this full moon meditation, like group meditation, which is so much more 100 times powerful because the universe is sending you all that energy, plus all these masters that are there will help you, in a collective energy to get your experiences so much better. So formula really is like meditation to empty. That's how I see it. Meditation to empty, swadhyaya to understand, meaning to learn, to understand, and then satsang to sustain. So you're emptying, you're understanding, and then you're sustaining. So that's how I look at it. So for like, don't just meditate. I always say reflect for 5 minutes after. That's why you'll see in Chandrasar's recording, it says, recollect what you just experienced. It doesn't matter. You may not remember everything, but you are training your mind to recollect that. That's why I always say write. When I write, it goes in my subconscious level. Even today, anything that resonates with me, any word, any sentence, any book, I write it. I may not ever go back, but when I go back, I'm like, wow, I have improved. Oh my God, this was the experience. And sometimes you don't have time to really do that. So before sleeping, I will write in my mind that, what did I do today? How was my meditation? Was I satisfied? Just anything little. What am I grateful for? Whatever it is your day is, take that time, because I tell you that will really make a big difference. So with that, let me just quickly share this beautiful PowerPoint that we have. And let me see if I can share that. Let's see. From desktop 1 or the desktop to class 5. Okay. All right. So as we can see, one of the, you'll get in your wisdom notes the 20 books of list of books that, Buddha CEO recommends. Um, it is such a great source of wisdom. I myself started reading more books. I only read what I needed to read for school. And I was interested in Vastu, so I did a lot of, those books. But otherwise, not much. I wasn't a voracious reader, and yet to be there. But I do now enjoy reading. As Linda Goodman said, the books are the swiftest shortcut to enlightenment. And one of the things I also realized that it's good to listen to people because it's in a way shorter, when he tells you about when we can look up the book summaries also, right? In today's world, you don't have time to read, you just read the summary. Yes, it'll do good. But when you're actually reading, you really, first of all, being in that moment with that book and that author and those thoughts and the knowledge. And it really helps you reprogram your subconscious. As Buddha says, suffering is due to ignorance. So once you enlighten yourself with knowledge, a lot of the suffering is taken away by understanding, mind over matter. That's one of the books that's recommended. So when you realize the reason you're suffering is because you're putting all 100% thinking it's this body is doing everything. One of the most important thing is, again, read books that are, aligned to these 3 principles, which is we are more than the body, we are energy. Everyone has infinite potential. So we are more than this body, we are energy. Everyone has infinite potential, and our thoughts bring out the potential into reality, which means our thoughts create our reality. And I'll show you some of the books that I have read that makes big difference. Let's see. We're gonna go not over these. As we say, we're doing a very small program, so I wanna switch to the next slide real quick. Let's see, it's client. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. It's not what I Just real quick, I know I'm taking a little bit longer, but also this will help you for regularity in meditation. That's what we're trying to talk about. So group meditation, we already talked about pyramid meditation that, Dr. Batra and all, I went to their place in Iowa and I completely felt a different energy because most of our meditator homes have large pyramid. And what pyramid does is, for those of you who are hearing first time, that it enhances your energy 3 times more. And we have a whole separate class on that, but just so you understand. And for those of you who don't have pyramid, golden angle pyramid, you can also visualize or imagine that you're sitting under a pyramid. Because it's all about even though we are getting the physical one, but if you start to visualizing and imagining that you are sitting in a pyramid and there's a golden angle pyramid over you, that's all. If you think about it, it's there. Of course, the music, elevates your meditation because you're in a higher, energy level with the music. Full moon meditation, we talked about it. Encouraged vegetarian plant-based diet. As we know, the tamasic food, rajasic food, and sattvic food. So we truly think that as much as sattvic food, your meditation experiences will be so much better. And then, of course, nothing like going to residential meditation center, where you're actually like, a lot of people have done, let's see, have done Vipassana. I yet to do 10 days, to get that break for 10 days. But whenever I went for advanced meditation retreat to Bangalore and also try and attend, all the retreats that happen in United States here, I've also done besides Buddha CEO. But truly, truly, I went to monastery and I kind of went and just to kind of know more about Thich Nhat Hanh. That's who I followed before I met Buddha CEO. And it was just so wonderful to see others doing for so many hours, how they are working on their mind. It's basically, right now, mind has taken over our life. Right? It tells you to procrastinate. Oh, I can snooze. I'll do this tomorrow. I still want to eat, So instead of, retelling the mind what we wanted to do. So basically, by practicing meditation, we are going to do all of it, dear friends. So just real quick about the books I wanted to show. This is the 4 agreements I've gifted to so many of my friends. It's a small book for 80 pages. For healthcare providers, the 2 books that really changed my life, and I would have never known if Buddha's CEO Chandra Sir did not tell me to read. So one is book, of course, Mind Over Medicine. It's by Dr. Lisa Rankin. It's an amazing book. So all healthcare providers, I really, really think that they should read that book. The other one is by Dr. Bruce Lipton, Biology of Belief. That's the first book session that I did. And that completely changed my thought pattern. I never was an avid reader, but I actually, during the 40 days, they also do book clubs. It's 2 times a week. And then we read a chapter and then discuss about it. Amazing, amazing book. Also, this book, Change Your, by Dr. Wayne Dyer, Change Your Thoughts and Change Your Life. I had never, read that book. So these are really some of the books that you can say that, You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. That's one of my all-time favorites. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. These are my 2 most favorite books from Dr. Dispenza. So, and I was, again, not into reading. I would go through little magazines here and there. And then I carry the Breath Mindfulness Meditation book. This is a free PDF that will be circulated in our groups. It is from Buddha CEO. It's all about breath mindfulness meditation, all the program that we're doing. This is like when I'm flying, it's in my it's a everyday, like my Bhagavad Gita to me. Anytime I'm kind of wanting to read, I read that. So it's a very, very, very good book. Just something to go to, and we'll give you the list in the wisdom note, so all the recommended 20 books, of course. But someday I will read books, and Kiran Sir can talk. He's read even say books, and he talks about like someday I want to do a book club with him and know all about it. When I read that, I said, I don't think I'm ready for this book. But just so you know, we inspire each other. And once I remember, again, as you said, when I was talking, I cannot do this, should not be part of our vocabulary, because if we are that we are trying to get to, we are whole, we are complete, we are perfect. We have nothing missing. So we can do everything. Why not? Can I read the Said book? Why not? So that's what will change slowly and steadily. With that, dear friends, I've already taken 7 more minutes, but I hope you got the idea of reading the books satsang and meditation together. So with that, dear friends, let's all take a comfortable position. We'll cross our fingers, clasp our fingers, and cross our legs at the ankle. close your eyes. If you're wearing glasses, remove glasses, any smartwatches, so it doesn't interfere with your energy field. We'll be doing heart elevation. So put both your hands first on your chest and think of the best wow moment, the first time you bought your car or you got admission in your college that you wanted, or when you got married or when you held your first child. Whatever is that wow moment, think of that, bring that memory back. It could be even from the future. And start taking nice, slow, relaxing breaths. About a minute or two. Let go of all the thoughts, all the stress. Relax all your muscles.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area and resting your attention on your beautiful heart. With a slow, long, relaxing breath, connect with your heart center. Feel it, dear friends. Notice the beat, the rhythm of your heart. Your inner knowingness. Feel the center of all emotions, nurturing all life with its higher vibrations of love, compassion, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your past? Or simply going into an experience of higher emotion? Imagine that you are experiencing great, beautiful nature. You're trekking into mountains. You are helping people in need. Live in that moment and feel that energy. And allow yourself to direct that energy onto everyone and everything on this planet. help them heal. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. Relive that moment and feel that energy and spread that energy to everyone, to everything, or to those who are in need. The more you experience love, compassion, deep joy, the more coherent you become, the more connected you become. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. meditation. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. With your attention at the root of your nose, when you observe your breath, your mind becomes less and less of thought.
as your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself to experience the deeper calmness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience emptiness, blackness. Where there's no body, where there's no thing. All emptiness is energy. The quantum field of infinite possibilities. The field of wholeness, the field of oneness. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, this energy, the more you become of it, the more you receive from it. stay aware of the emptiness, that calmness, this field of energy, the field of creation. The more you are with it, with this emptiness, the more you tune in. For miraculous possibilities. The more expansive you become. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to go into that emptiness. This is your divine self, your greater mind. The more you are with it, the more whole you become, the more empowered you become. Friend, can you express gratitude to all things and everyone? Express gratitude to your parents for giving this beautiful connection to life. Be grateful to your teachers and mentors for expanding your knowledge and wisdom. Give thanks to everyone in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, partners, for helping you learn and experience many things. Be grateful to this grand nature, the fish, the bird, the animal, the planet, stars, sun, moon, Mother Earth, for all the energy, beauty, mystery, and more in our life. For gratitude to everything you use, the system, the company, the governments, the technology that supports our life in many, many ways. Gratitude to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others, and to this intelligent universe for helping us experience this life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you seen? And whenever you're ready, you keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes.
Welcome back, dear friends. Hope everyone had a wonderful meditation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your energies. Thank you for the gift of your time. If anybody has anything to share or have a question, please raise your hand. And or if anybody want to experience heart elevation or how your meditation journey has been this first 4 days. Please, sir.
So, Sonal Madam,
Mhm.
this was an amazing session.
Oh,
I have attended so many sessions, so many podcasts, but I can tell you that this was one of the finest experience that I felt. Every word that you spoke was full of wisdom. It came directly from your soul. You connected with everybody. Your journey has been very inspiring. So I bow down to you and please
oh my
accept
God.
my gratitude, madam. It has been amazing, very spontaneous, and it really touched everybody's heart. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Dr. Batra. Thank you so much. And that's another beauty, please, sir, thank you so much. And I see another Zoom user. I don't have your name, but please feel free. You're unmuted, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dear Sonali,
Yes.
I'm a pediatrician. I'm a good friend of Dr. Dasarath from RDT Hospital. Because of
Wonderful.
I'm here. I want to know you because you are also got a medical background. Do you have any, any studies quoting that the effect of meditation on this management of diabetes or hypertension or something like this? Do you have anything like that?
I think as far as literature from Buddha CEO, probably they're working on doing the research. So, when we've given you that assessment, where, how it affected you, like where you are in your journey. And then after 11 days, 11 days is still a shorter time, but they say anything you do for 21 days or 40 days, what your changes have been. So personally, if you ask me, we know a lot of the masters, like including myself. I used to take thyroid medication for almost more than 2 decades. And again, I say this, where we're not saying that you do meditation, you can let go of your medicines. What we're saying is you become the spiritual scientist to yourself. Once you understand, like for example, in my case, when I was taking thyroid and when I said, okay, if my thoughts create my reality, I understood by being with them, doing my own research, that why I had thyroid to begin with. And actually, one time I did an organ meditation with Chandra sir in one of the personal in-person retreat. And I never believed in these things, coming from science background and having this strong faith system. But I actually communicated with my own organ and it told me everything. So in the beginning, I didn't even share this to anybody because I thought somebody will think I'm a cuckoo or just making up stuff. So I did not even tell Chandra sir that I experienced this. And that was again 2 years later. I had an intuition, when you start connecting with your inner self, listening, your intuition is telling you something every day, but we believe in the external more than what we are believing. The more you become aware, the more you realize you're not this body. That's when you'll start, it is already there. It's like just fine tuning yourself, just like a radio. So then that's when it actually even showed me that when I give up my medicine, what will really happen, how I would plateau and how I would um so it kind of tells you everything that you need to know. So does that my doctor told me to stop the medicines? No. I stopped it for almost 1.5 years now. And my bowel movements have been good. My skin has not been dry. I don't have a hair fall. I don't have any of the thyroid symptoms. So I myself worked on it, understood why I was having it to begin with, and then how I could take a step forward. So we've known a lot of the people because basically diabetes also, it's stress induced, right? So once you understand, the effect of the cortisol in your body, and what we have done for 20 plus years, we can't expect we do 1 month of meditation and you're going to start seeing the number. So that's when, regularity, it's also to do not just with the physical, it's also more to do with our thoughts and our feelings. Once we believe in something, so we're going to reprogram ourselves of, everything that we know that is serving us, like, so it's all about changing your thoughts. If you think about it, if you visualize it, if you believe it, then and so it is. So that is what is the next step. But yes, you'll see the HeartMath Institute. Most of the, I worked in Washington University here for 2 decades, and they're doing so many research based on meditation. Right now, mainly it's on mantra and a meditation for neurology patients. But I personally don't know in any of the literature, but I know all the masters around here have given up, their blood pressure. Just in 21 days of program I did for Gujarati people. And there was this lady with a blood pressure of like 170s and 160s in the doctor's office. And it was to do with a little bit of white coat syndrome too, where she would go in the office and it was always be elevated. And she did 21 days program and she was determined she doesn't want to, take any medicines. And she was off and her blood pressure was completely normal. So her doctor said, "What is it that you're doing?" And she said, "I'm doing breath mindfulness meditation every day." So, yeah, and you can experience it for your own self, but of course, we can't tell this to our patients here, right? As a, side way we can, especially depending on where you work and where you're doing, we're all by the protocols, by the guidelines. But we always say, I always keep this book and say, you know what? Because most of our patients have depression, anxiety, uncertainty, right? All of this is inbuilt and this is what we really need to do. So, we just kind of hand over and say, just depending on how much they're ready to receive, I give them. If you think that they're open to things, I share that. But other than that,
Sonali, I understand that you have stopped taking thyroxine supplementation, am I right?
Right.
Oh, great. So have you tested your thyroid function test?
I didn't test it for past almost a year, but I'm due now. So I'm excited to go and check it and see what it is. But I know it's going to be perfectly normal. And again, it's all about numbers, right? If I believe I'm cured, and I don't want to argue this.
Not like that, because it is a endocrine
Correct.
problem. Why don't you get yourself done and then see the thyroxine levels?
Right. No, I did do last year, and they were just very slightly elevated, but nothing where it would tell me that I needed 150 micrograms of thyroid medication. That's what I was taking before stopping the medication. So I did not wean myself. I weaned myself in meditation by increasing my meditation every day. So I sincerely do meditation in the morning, first thing I get up, and try and do in the evening like now we are doing, and I'll do again for a few minutes before going to bed.
So by meditation, you can bring down medication.
That's correct. That is so true, absolutely true. But thank you to Dashrath sir, and thank you for all of us to join. And because we first fill our cup, and then we are also there for our patients, truly present, and our energy level, will do more work for them than just the physical work that we're doing right now.
So one last question to you, Sonali. See, no, say every day, and what is the ideal time, and how much time you have to do this meditation?
There's no ideal time. Any time is a good time. But it is, they say, recommended if you do in a Brahma Muhurat, which means before early in the morning, first thing when you get up, is because, the early you do, as I said in my class, that, the highway is open, right? There's less traffic of our thoughts. So that's when usually you'll get into better practice. And it's also to really remind ourselves that we're not this body, we are the consciousness, and we are complete within ourselves. We've just come here to experience. There's nothing that we lack. So just those affirmation, it's not just doing the meditation, but one of the things also is to have an intention. What is my intention to do the meditation? So if you don't have any intention in the beginning, I'm just so grateful for this sound mind and this sound body and this music, this awareness that this meditation can do. Just a simple thing like that. So when you are becoming grateful and being more present, you're going more inwards, and that's when then you'll have more clarity of what is it that you want to do. Always, just like when we are driving, we can keep driving and driving, but when you know where you're going, so just a little intention really would help. So that's what I would say.
How much time you suggest?
By the books, we're supposed to do as old as we are. So if you're 30 years old, you do for 30 minutes minimum. But does that mean you have to do that on day one? No. You can, depending on where your journey is, you can even do 10 minutes minimum, and increase daily base. But just like everything else, right? We watch a show, we say, okay, we're just going to watch one show, and then we are here doing a second episode and the third episode. So we can binge meditate too. That's what I say, So thank you so much for all your questions and sharing.
Great.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead, Swapna, ma'am.
Oh, I just wanted to say, sir, for the literature information, there is a website. I think Kiran sir just shared it in the chat. It's eocinstitute.org. If
That's
you go
right.
to that website, there's all the literature. And down the road, I think we will be, I have been assigned a task to review the literature on meditation benefits. And so I was just going over my document, and there are studies, and one of the study was on 60 nursing students in China, and they did a meditation for 30 minutes for 4 months, 30 minutes daily for 4 months, and they did notice decrease in anxiety. The study was focused for anxiety, but then when they looked at the other markers, they did notice the blood pressure, lowering of the systolic blood pressure too. I don't have the details. I'm just looking at the summary of my studies here, but there's definitely literature out there. So that website is really good. It's eocinstitute.org, and it's shared in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Swapna, ma'am. Yes, TK sir, please go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Sonalji, for a wonderful share of wisdom today. We enjoyed it very much. And I will tell to the doctor who came in before, there are 3 prescriptions that's going to help us. It aligns with what you say, Sonalji. One is 3 vitamins. One is vitamin M for meditation. No side effects. We know all the benefits. Vitamin B is for reading all the books you can. That way you have more expansive outlook and a perspective. You learn from all the amazing writers in all different areas. So that is the second vitamin B, no side effects, more expansion of our knowledge. And the last one is the vitamin S, which is satsang you talked about. Being with people like-minded who reinforce each other with a lot of positivity and higher vibrations. All of those collectively amplifies and gives us more of inner joy and happiness. So I really enjoyed your talk. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So what is that yes you told? Yes.
S is for satsang. 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 That means
Satsang.
yeah, coming together with like-minded people, like where we are right now, and we are all on one goal, spiritual journey to evolve for our own inner joy and happiness. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for staying back. And as you say, the time is, not, it's not even, we don't even realize that we're sitting for this long, right? Because we are truly, really enjoying this satsang, because it is, why? Because we're first in the present moment, we're in a higher vibration. We don't even think we are learning, but this is how the journey will happen. As they say, mud will, there's no mud, there is no lotus. So everything that we are and where we are, it's just perfect divine order. You're never too early or never late. Everything is happening in perfect divine timing. That's what I understood after, doing daily meditation. You know how we always have, oh, I wish I had done this, wish I had done that, or this was there, or this missed, or oh, I missed this one. But being here now, I know that everything is in perfect divine time. It could be nothing better than, because we are who we are for all the challenges that we had in our lives. Because if it wasn't for those challenges, all those roadblocks, challenges that I was calling, realize that that was the step for our blossoming. That's when, we grew. So they came to tell me that I am so much more than that, So with that, friends, and we wish all of you are there. As we said, we're just updating our vocabularies, that how we understand. We already have the faith and the belief system. So whatever is serving us, we keep it. And whatever is not serving us, as we've evolved, we've upgraded our phones, our lifestyle, the way we dress, the way we talk, then why not in our subconscious? That is what really true permanent is, right? So this is the journey for, updating that inner self and really reminding ourselves of who we are. So with that, thank you everyone again. And we come back with this another great sessions tomorrow. And thank you again for joining. Thank you, Kiran sir and Bhavya ma'am. I'm so proud of these young doctors who's going to take care of all of us. So they're already, starting this journey so young, and that's the beauty of this program. So thank you for all what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Sonal ma'am, for the wonderful session. We truly appreciate your time and guidance.
Thank you.
If anyone have any questions, please feel free to ask in the group. You are always welcome to share your experience from today's session or from the past 4 days of your experience. Please don't think like your experience is too small or too simple. Every experience is unique and beautiful. By sharing, you may inspire and encourage others to their own meditation journey. If there is if you are thinking like there is no enough time now, you can share in group too. And a small announcement: if anyone has not filled out the pre-assessment form, please take the few minutes to complete it. It takes less than 5 minutes and help you understand your progress by comparing how you felt before starting meditation and after the end. I'll also be sharing the list of 25 recommendation books in a few minutes. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. Good night.
Good night. And a good day in India.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. So I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for